Okay. Hello.
Look what I just discovered to keep RV entertained. An educational kids app.
Okay. So let's looks like I'm on air right now. Okay, guys. So thank you very much for joining this session, and it will be fun to have some more session with you guys. And let's continue with our this session. So here I'm going to share my experience of PyCon Malaysia, what I did when last time I attend Python conference in Malaysia, and also I will show you like what are the advantages of Python in 3D animation and visual effects industry, and why you should start learning that Python language. And I will also share some of the live experience of mine, like why I pick Python and how I switch my career from as an artist to programmer. So there will be a lot of things which we will see in this video. Okay. Before I start, just want to make sure that can you all guys hear me clearly? Can I just type in a message so I can continue with that, or maybe I can check from as an artist too. Looks like I'm audible perfectly. Okay. All right. So let me start with my slide. Okay. So before start, guys, if you haven't subscribed VFX Pipeline channel, please subscribe. And this is as usual line which I always say to everyone. Okay. So first, back to our main topic: Python in 3D animation and visual effects industry. And you can see some of the artwork, which is actually I. This is my own artwork right now. Okay. View full screen. Perfect. Okay. So the first thing is, let me start with my small little introduction. My name is Rajiv Sharma, and I have 13 years of experience in feature films, TV shows, and games. And I came from an artist background, and from last 7 years, I'm working as a Python programmer, leading a team of software developers. And we are creating awesome tools and software for studios where we can automate a lot of things, and I will cover all those things, what kind of tools that we created, and what kind of things that we you also can create. So I will show you in this live session. Okay. And also whatever things comes in your mind, and if you want to interact more with me, just type your chats message in the chat box. I'm reading the chats. I'm just reading the chats here. So just to let you know that I have my iPad open here. So I'm just in the real time talking to you. So I want to make a kind of a recorded video where I just simply say something, and so I just want to make more interactive and live video. So if maybe if it is I'm going a bit informal also. So this is a casual talk, nothing formal. And the images which you are seeing here, the movies posters, these are some of the credits which I worked on those feature films. So there are many more, which this is the quite old one. Okay, so let's just start. So this is the picture from last year when I attended the PyCon Malaysia event, and there actually I did a talk on how uh, how to use Python and what is the use of Python in feature film industry, film and animation industry. And you know what? I was quite surprised when I joined that event, the Python event. It's not just VFX industry. There are a lot of other industries also where people are using Python. And one of the completely shocking, unexpected industry is, there's I meet with a guy who is actually working in a metro projects. So metro projects means they are making tunnels under the ground, and in the Kuala Lumpur city they are making some metro projects, the LIT projects. So they attended the Python conference. So I say, why you are here? Like, you are from metro. So they said that we are using PySide and PyQt stuff to create our softwares. And I was just shocking, like, what exactly the use of yours? In our machines we have many sensors, and we created a application which actually getting the census information and do the data analytics for them. So that's a quite one industry which quite using that, and they are medical industry, data industry, everywhere they are using that. So why our industry should go, and what this is all I'm here to explain you, like why film and TV industry and VFX studios should more and more adopt Python, and that answer we are trying to find in this. This is another picture when I was about to start my talk. So this is from that event, and this is again one picture from the same event where it's clicked by one of my friend, and this is all. Okay, so I used to go live and meet with people and explain more about the Python things to everyone. And this is one of the picture from Penang, Malaysia. It was very interesting event. It is organized by JetBrains, and I went there to explain about what are the use of Python programming in feature films and gaming industry. And there are many people who joined there, and they are very creative. They ask very creative questions, and they want to move forward with that. So the live session was very good, and for me, it's like I really want to meet people and explain more about Python thing. I want to know what kind of thing they do. They want to do when if they know Python programming. I mean, first, if you have the concept in your mind, then it's good to learn a programming language. I mean, that's what I did. I did not learn programming and then start something. I already started something, and then I figured out, okay, to finish that I should know the programming. So then I start to learn programming. So that's the other story. That so it's like a more practical approach that everyone should use that. Okay, so this is from Penang, and again, this is one of the image from again a Python event which I did, where I explained the studio's workflow, and it was in Terang Academy in Malaysia. So that was also a very good lecture that time. And you know what? An interesting thing is, I was planning to do these live sessions uh, way long. I mean, from 2017, I was thinking to actually make some live sessions for in my YouTube channel, this VFX pipeline. But you know what? The thing is, it just I had the desire, but I was just quite afraid to actually go live and just talk to you guys. 2 days back, when I just started my first live session, and I feel like, oh, this is very easy. I mean, I can just simply go live and just explain what I want to explain. And you guys are there right now. You guys are 32 are there who are watching, and I believe that you will be increased. In my first talk, it was only 4 or 5 people, and then second one it was 17, and now they are 32. So that's quite interesting, and I really want to take this further, and I will be live every day 7 o'clock until we have this lockdown period, and later I will figure it out, like at least at Sunday I will come and talk to you guys. Okay, so let's just start with this thing. Studio's workflow. Before we go to Python, first let's just see the some workflow examples or scenarios. Like why, if you are not from 3D field, if you're not from VFX field, and if you are seeing that, I just want to give you a very quick introduction of that. Now the thing is, studios usually, what kind of studios we have. First we need to see that we have 3D and live action studios, and live action is like where there are live shoots happen, real footages, and then we created some CG elements between them. So that is actually a live action feature film production. And 3D is completely 3D movies like Ice Age and Incredibles. There are a lot of interesting movies like that, right? There's a second type of studio, which is TV series and commercial production studios. They are mostly working with, I mean, all kind of Netflix stuff, and it's just like all TV commercial. And then there are third type of studio, which is 3D games and production. And 3D games, basically, my previous studio is one of the example, Lemon Sky, which is a gaming studio. It's creating game assets for big games like Spider-Man and Warcraft and all this kind of big Naughty Dog, Need for Speed. So there are three categories which I say. There might be few more, but that does not come under my domain. There are architecture industry, there are other product designing industry. 3D is vast and bigger. But of course, you can use that Python in that area also, because when we are talking about the workflows in the pipeline, right? Uh, so the second thing is what. So these are the studio types that we have, three studio types, and now what they are doing? They are doing 3D assets creation. They are doing character designing. They are doing virtual sets and environment. There are a lot of digital contents they are creating, right? All the studios. So and also they apart from the creating digital content, they are also producing the high quality images and videos, which is HD, 2K, 4K, and now these days 8K videos. Okay. uh, they are mix and match real and CG images, which is I'd say that live action studio that used to do, where you see the car explosion happen in a street, where the street might be the real footage, and but the car and explosion will be a completely CG element there. Okay, and even I created similar tutorial in digital tutor, like where I added CG cars on real road. So that is very fun to do that. There are product visualization and advertisements, where if let's say you want to create a product, and then you can first visualize that first. So maybe if you're talking about a phone, or if you're talking about a new shoes, the all those designs, Nike especially, they do that pre-product visualization a lot. Okay, so that is something, one thing. And another thing is the what kind of softwares that is actually used in that. So 3D softwares, basically the Maya, Max, Houdini, RealFlow, some open source stuff like Blender, they're using that. And 2D, for 2D kind of work, Nuke, Netron, there are many more like After Effects, and these software fusions are these are the popular softwares available. But we will cover mostly which is actually most popular, and they are having a rich Python APIs. And what is Python APIs? Don't get confused. I will clear you in this entire talk what is Python API. Okay, perfect. So studio workflow is like this, and now let's just see. I want to just keep saying. I will just seeing the messages right now. We have welcome. Okay. Uh, okay, interesting. So you guys already start chatting, right? Okay. Hmm. Correct. I agree. Blender is a future. Yeah, Blender is a future. Okay. Now let's just go to the second slide, which is why Python. So I would say why everyone should start learn Python. The first advantage that you will get is it's a cross platform. And since you don't know what is Python, you don't know what is programming, and if we are completely new, then you might thinking, what the hell is this cross platform thing? So here I will show you that. I will let you know that. If you're learning something, if you're creating something, make sure if it is working on Linux, Windows, Mac. I mean, you write code once and you can execute anywhere on any desktop environment. That is what we call cross-platform. And Python is one of the programming language which give you this ability where you can create a Python file. The same Python file you can execute inside Windows, Mac, and Linux, as long as, I mean, there is a star condition apply here, as long as you are using a standard Python library. If you are using any OS dependent library, for example, if you use Win32, Python Win32 library, or any Windows specific module, or maybe WMI module, then those modules will not execute inside Linux. But that is also OS dependent, right? So if you or that is also a third party, that is not what Python recommend you. That is only, it's your choice to add on top of that. That are the third party libraries. But by default, if you install Python, the same, if the core modules like OS system, whatever modules that you are using that is core built in inside Python, that will be executable on every single operating system without any issue. And that's what you can take the advantage of that. Correct. Okay. Now let's just see the second thing is okay. You can start with a simple script, and that's what you need to understand. Why I need to clear one thing in here. If now if you ask anyone like you want to learn Python and you are doing Python, the first thing comes in the mind, okay, Python means you are doing Python scripting, or Python is just like a script where it's a text file where you just write things and that's it. It's not like that. Python is a full-fledged programming language where you can create simple script to a complete complex asset management software. So Python is not just like a simple language where you can just write script like Perl. Perl is a scripting language, right? There are Shell is a scripting language where there is a command batch files you create, that is actually, that is considered as a script. But Python, yes, of course you can do the scripting part also, because the origin is start first in the mind is to actually make a language for administrator to automate some of the system related tasks with Python. But now these days people getting more and more involved in Python, and they are adopting this. Majority of the data scientists, they already adopted that. Majority of all kind of data analytics, all kind of the UI, I mean all the software's APIs also support that. Google, TensorFlow, machine learning, Python is everywhere, right? So we'll see that also, but that is not our topic right now. Here we will just stick to our main software. So second point my is, you can start with a simple script and you can end up to a complex asset management software. And the Python API is very rich. I mean, you can actually go to any 3D applications which is available highly, which is available here in the market. Maya, Houdini, RealFlow, Blender, New, Natron, all have Python API. So what is API? API is let me clear that. API is a application programming interface. So it's give you in a big software, in a full software, they open one window for you and they say, okay, if you want to develop further or add your own functionality there, so you can add that sorry you can add your own tools inside the software. So you are not just limited with that sorry, the API part. Okay, now let's just see the third point, which is one language for every task in pipeline. That's very important here, and this is basically if you know Python, if you learn Python, then all you have to do is you just need to if you want to create a Maya tool, Max tool, Maya tool, Houdini tool, Nuke tool, one language, one line of code will be executed everywhere. The UI libraries like PySide and all will be available for every single software, where you can create some extended tools, right? Okay, so now let's just do one thing. We'll go continue, and then I will actually practically show that also. Okay, third point. Sorry, fourth point. Automate manual workflow and interconnect software. In our studios, mostly what we do is we save file, we open file, we export data, we load data, we save file with a proper naming and all this stuff. It's a lot of manual work going on. But if you can create tools where you can just hit one click and after that the file will automatically create a folders, it will just directly submit that file to server, and also it will I mean all this kind of thing, whatever manual thing that you are seeing here, and that will be automatically goes to you can completely automate using a few lines of code, and that's what Python will really help you, and which Python can do for you. Okay, it's just few lines of code which will help you a lot. I mean, I can show you some of the snippets also. For example, if you want to clean a Maya file, if you want to do any single thing, that is very important and very very helpful for that in that case, right? uh, Custom user interface for artists, and that is actually something very interesting when you are talking about a production pipeline or pipeline stuff. uh, users usually they want to prefer their own set of tools which they usually use on their daily basis, right? So if you want to create some sort of custom tools, you can just create the same user interface, and that will be open in every single application in the same way. For example, if you create a tool for open and save file in Python and PySide, the same tool will be applicable and open in every software. So I will also show you that how it will be possible. So this is just one example. You can create custom interfaces. The second thing is you can build desktop applications. So with Python, now you created that custom user interfaces, but you can also create desktop application. And one of the example that you can see is the RenderBox application which I created. It was very interesting application. One of my first application which I decided to make as my demo, where I was learning a lot with that. Okay, so desktop applications you can create with Python. There's no limit that you can create full-fledged desktop application, and you can see the images. This is the image of RenderBox. I will show you that also. And you can build web applications. So with Python, you are not just limited to web. You are not just limited to operating system and the plugins level. It just reached the limit where you can actually go and create web applications also. I mean, they're completely web-based application that previously we used to do with PHP and all. So that is interesting, and that's give you whole lot ability to do go further, and I mean connect your every single thing in your pipeline with one single language. Imagine how hard it will be if you have a PHP based system in web and you have C++ based system in Maya, and your pipeline is based on some third party language. How it's I mean .NET or whatever. So how this all these things will be work sync together, and you need to write code for every single language, and that is really painful. And also you need to hire all those the language guys. I mean, you should have .NET developer, you should have C++ developer, you should have Python. Sorry, there's no Python. So you should have a PHP web developer. But now what will happen is you just need Python programmers and you're done. And your team must be so the guy who can write a tool for Maya, the same guy can develop a web application. That's quite interesting with this Python. So web application you can create, and there is a strong web framework available, which is Django. There are Flask also available, but I prefer Django, and you can find some interesting tutorials of Django in my YouTube channel. So that you can go and check it out. Database programming is quite okay, quite easy with that. And when I'm saying that database programming, because all kind of database, whether it is MongoDB document based database or MySQL relational database, both have their Python connectors, both have their Python libraries. So with Python you can actually go create a table, create a database, go dump data inside, read data from a SQL, update entries directly with Python. So all the things that you previously you need to run a MySQL command or SQL command, now you can easily achieve with this Python. And this also, like I already explained this in my previous tutorial, where I actually created a complete series on how Python and MongoDB works. And whatever things I'm trying to explain you here, I mean, most of them you can easily find in VFX Pipeline channel. You can go and search every single thing you can find there. Okay. Okay. Now let's just move further. So database is one thing that you can actually achieve that. A server management, and server management is like your if you have many different servers, that servers you can manage using Python. And how that you can use using Python is there are some interesting libraries available, and one is RPYC, remote procedural commands library. I created a dedicated tutorial how you can automate Active Directory, and you can just watch that video tutorial. You can see all the links I will put in the description. Also, you can just go and search in YouTube like how to automate Active Directory using Python. Definitely, you will get and reach to the VFX Pipeline videos. So go and search about that, and just you can find that how you can automate the server using Python. And this is just one example which I did. And after that, I personally created a lot of examples for. I mean, I personally use a lot of things for actually automating the servers. I mean, for permissions, linking my folders with users, my data, a backup. That is one of the thing, because if you are talking about file server on regular backup, if you want to create some proper structure of your backup, if you don't want to go with a paid software, you want to create your own logics for backup, that is more lot more thing that you can do. You are not limited with anything with Python. So now you can see that we cover almost every single thing from Maya, from desktop application, web application, database, server, and now we just see you can do data analysis and report generation. And there are interesting libraries which is Matplot and Plotly. So with that, you can see that like pie chart, graphs, all this kind of thing that if you want to generate with the data, go ahead and do that. And also for data analysis, one library which I missed here, that is Pandas, which is very interesting libraries here. Okay, so that's what we can see with that. And it's easy to develop, easy to deploy, easy to maintain, easy to debug. And when I'm saying all easy, there is a reason. You know what? So easy to develop means it's like the syntax is very clean, very simple compared to the other languages. Straightforward, dynamic language. You just execute that and it will run. You no need to compile that. It will auto compile for you. Like C++, you need to always run your compile your code before execution. In Python, you can just type and execute that. If you have any error, your IDE will actually take you that particular line where you can easily debug that. Most of the time when we are doing in a pipeline tools, when we have like almost 5,000 lines of code, and we know that we need to change a spelling mistake of we need to correct a spelling mistake of our UI somewhere, we just directly go there and just simply change the letter to something else, whatever the corrected spelling, and that's it. So user will restart and they will see the corrected version, and that's very easy, very easy. Deploy is very easy because all you have to do is you need to create a share folder somewhere in your network and dump all your Python file there and create a batch file or create a shell file for everyone. Whenever they want to execute that, it will directly point or take the site packages folder directly from there in the central location of your pipeline. And there you can just share your code. So your live code is sharing with everyone and everyone is utilizing. And that is very important, because when we are in VFX studios or animation studios, we constantly develop things, we constantly fix things, we constantly add new features. On the way, morning someone come and say that by afternoon they want that feature. With Python, you get that ability to actually do that much fast features addition in the tools, in the pipeline, existing pipeline. So that's, with that sense, it's very good, and that is give us a flexibility to maintain that properly. And when I'm talking about the debugging, it's already there. Their Python interpreter will give you a proper error log where you can directly see where's the proper error is coming. So a whole stack is coming, error stack will become. Another thing is, if you want to build a exe also, like executable file for your Python code, that is also available. And PyInstaller is one of the favorite in that sense, which I use personally, and you can find a lot of things in my channel also, like how to use PyInstaller and create Linux executable as well as Windows executable. Now my last point here is there is a large community for that, and the community is very big. If you have any question, you can go to Stack Overflow, and Stack Overflow, you 100% you will get your solution of your problem, whatever problem you will have. See, I have lot more points. If I just if I remove the filter, like I need to only talk about film and gaming industry. This is what I feel like. This is the thing which I can involve only related to film and animation studios. But if I include every single thing which you can do, like this talk will be like 5 hours long, because there are so many things which is right now doing in Python. There are so much. If it is like a web scrapping, it's like, even if it is like, there are a lot of ethical hackers also, they prefer Python. They are automating stuff, scheduling. If you want to convert media from one to another, there are a lot of interesting libraries available, like Python image libraries, Pillow. Also, if you want to change in a batch file using, if you want to execute some processes, tons of things are available with that. Okay, now let's just move further with our this current topic. And sure, all this thing we will cover in BFX pipeline, because we have a lot more things to cover, and I will be available every day 7 o'clock for you guys. So let's see why we need Python. Most of the things I already cover. So we'll see that. Let me just check the messages now. A lot of gossips going. Okay. Uh, okay. Let's continue with our slide. So why we use Python? And that is actually, I want to simplify that. There are thousands of things that because of that we are using Python. But for you to simply understand that why you should learn Python is, if you know Python, you can automate workflow, your own workflow. If you are an artist, if you are a TD, if you are doing something which is repetitive, every day you are doing same thing again and again, you are pressing a button again and again, you are doing opening file, cleaning up, removing unwanted thing, adding new thing, adding textures, exporting things, particular folder, naming convention, validation, internal groups creations, anything, whatever you are doing, you can automate that with Python. With one click, you will just come, open file, and it will automatically do all things for you. And at the end, you will see a pop-up like your file is okay, done for you. And that's what the possibility. That's what as an artist. That's what as an artist you should have. This is the skill you should have. Don't wait for you to actually go in Python level. Don't go for you to actually, when you are a programmer, or you are a R&D or technology guy, then only you will start doing this. Do it for yourself. Save your time. If you will save your time, you will create. If right now you are finishing 2 shots in one day, with that you might finish 4 shots in one day. Your productivity will be increased, and if your productivity will be increased, definitely your position will be increased. You will get better designations, you will get better job safety, you will get better pay. So everything will become in your workflow. If you are trying to do that, if you're trying to automate that, if you keep repeating yourself, you're wasting time, you're wasting production time, you're wasting everyone's time. Then at one day it will be someone who knows this thing, who know this Python skills. He will apply, he will come in that your office, he will show the techniques, and immediately someone will start comparing you with that guy. And then suddenly you realize that, oh, I should learn this Python thing previously. So this is the time, this is the real time to upgrade your skills. This is the time to understand why Python everyone is using, why, what is the use of Python to automate your workflow. Try few simple things: create file, save file, naming of file, and generate preview. These are the few simple steps that everyone do in every day, hundreds of times, every artist. Let's just try creating a tool for that. Just create a script for that, and then you should know things, correct? So I would say, just identify, make a note, just take a diary or a notebook and paper, pencil, and just write down what are the things that you are doing manually every day, and then figure it out how I can automate that. And just, if you don't have any idea, you just send me the list in the comment of this video. Just send me the list of things that actually you're doing every day, repetitive, and you don't have any idea how to automate that. I will give you the idea. Even I will write a script for you. just to give you the idea, and then later on you can start pick yourself. Okay, so that will give you a perfect idea and perfect startup for you guys. So how you can start yourself, correct? And the people who are already doing that, it's very good, awesome. But still, even the studios, even the everyone who is utilizing the same thing, still they have a lot of issues, tons of things which is still waiting for automate. That we still, I mean, it's everywhere, it's applicable for every single one, even applicable for me also. Even right now I'm developing some tools to automate my more work. If is the small work I already automate, then now I'm going to a next level, I want to automate that also. So at one time we should have a completely automated system where we just think about the logics, we just think about the core and the quality of the content, and the rest of the repetitive task will be finished. Okay, what is real flow used for? Real flow is for simulation. It's a dynamic software where you can create especially first time it was popular for is real time liquid simulations, so where you can create the particles, interparticle collisions. And I believe that this is the first software which gave you the interparticle collision. I mean, one particle will collide with another particle, so with that you can actually start filling a glass of water. Later, there are many softwares, even Houdini, Flip, and even Bifrost, and all these things came. So, real flow is for simulations, yes. Okay. Uh, Create custom tools for artists. So, when you decided, okay, guys, you want to create some tools, so good. Now, what is the thing? How you can actually create tools? This is the one of the example, which is RenderBox software, and this is completely a Python application. And this Python application I created in Python 2.7 using PyQt. And this is what you can download from my website. Also, I will give the link, and you can find out the tutorials of RenderBox in my channel. Okay, you can create plugins also. So with that, when I'm talking about plugins, new plugins, Blender plugins, Maya plugins, or any other software which comes in your mind that actually you can involve, you can use that. Okay, so you can create plugins. This is one of the example where you can create a complete project management software. So for example, if you want to create a software which you want to track some of your projects, their tasks, their who is working on what, their versions, their notes, their reference history, all this kind of stuff, you can create a application. This is the one example of the application which I created, and the source code you can find in my channel GitHub account, which is github.com/vfx pipeline. You can find every source code. You can find the source code of this software. You can find the source code of all these plugins. You can find the source code of RenderBox. Okay, everything is available, open for you guys. All right, so this is the link which you can see here, github.com/vfx pipeline, and facebook.com/vfx pipeline for joining me on social media. I'm very less active on Facebook. I mostly involve more in GitHub and YouTube, which you are seeing that, and I will be available more and more on YouTube. Okay, so this gives some sort of idea like why you should start Python. And Python, again, I would say, and that's the main reason why I created this channel where you can. Okay, let me start that. So you can just simply go to youtube.com/vfx pipeline, and this is the direct URL to reach there. And as you can see that this is our own channel, your channel, and there you can see a lot of things which is I just covered in this video. And even if you want to go with the playlist wise, you can just check out with the playlist. You can see the automate active directory using Python, and this is where I simply explain that how you can automate right. Okay, so how you can automate active directory using Python. So this is the complete tutorial where you can learn from A to Z how Python is useful to automate the server related thing, right? And we have build video player with Python. So this series where you can understand how you can create video player, and this is three video series, very simple series where you can easily see what are the how you can utilize Python and create video players. And let me just see that. Okay. So at the end, you can see this is the video player that we created just purely using Python. So interesting stuff. And then again, there are few others. If you want to create some Qt Blender development, you can actually go and check out my Blender GUI development playlist, where you can just simply see how you can create tools for Blender using Python. And I mean, all the playlists you can see here, which is MongoDB related stuff. And if you just simply go to the videos, and here you can see the Django and Python related stuff, which is how you can create your REST APIs using Django. Very interesting stuff. There are many people who are asking me that how you say that you can create web applications, but how we can do that. So this is in that time I created this REST API based stuff. You can how you can get a list of folders and files using Python. And again, this is one of the things which is helpful for you to do the pipeline stuff. Then you can how to check the OS names, how to check the file extensions. This is day-to-day things which is comes in our development time. How to move and delete files and folders. Very short video tutorial in like 12 minutes. You will understand simply like how you can actually do that. It's very easy, straightforward. The source code you can see the side by side. I explain all this Python stuff there. GitLab, if you are interested to maintain your code, once you are we will create a dedicated tutorial session for GitLab also. But now these I'm just covering what are the Python related stuff with. If you want to start now, what will be the helpful tutorials for you. So how to create remove folder structure by Python, this is also you can start with, very good tutorial. Environment also, this is environment variable is the thing that actually we used to deal a lot when we are talking about how to start Maya, and how to set an environment particularly for Maya, how to start whenever we want to load plugins for particular projects. That time we use that a lot. So environment variable, this one is worth to actually go. There is just 5 minutes video, but it will really help you to get it over what this. You can if you're doing with Maya related stuff, Maya, if you're doing your Maya connectivity, sorry, developing tools for Maya, then you can use PyCharm. And PyCharm you can easily connect with Maya, and this is what I explain here in this video. So that is also interesting thing that you can actually check it out. If you are interested in MongoDB stuff, then how your database and Python is working, so this is where I created a complete series where you can just see how MongoDB and Python works together. Okay, and there I completely explain like how you can create a application, a Qt, a front-end GUI application, and populate that with MongoDB, and also not just create but add and edit that thing. So that is again the second thing that you can actually follow. What is the best platform to use Python? Okay, best platform. Let me just open that and then I will start. Okay, let me just clear that. Then I will give answers to everyone. So if you have any doubts, any questions in between, you can actually start adding your comments in the chat box. I will start taking that. Okay, then you can go and check out that how you can create PlayBlast in Maya. Rocket Chat is one of the chat application which is open source. You can actually try and create that if you are interested. But if you are stuck to the Python work, then you can start with this Maya PySide. This is give you an idea of how you can actually do how you can create tools for Maya using PySide. And if you want to create a file browser, which is very important, you can actually go and see this is very interesting tutorial. And compared to others, you can see there are only 2000, 8000, 1000, 1000 views, but this have 17,000 views. So that means this is really worth to go and check it out, this tutorial where I simply explain how you can create a file browser using Python. So that's what you are able to learn a lot of things. And the interesting thing what you are able to learn with this is, so for example, if you want to create a custom menu, I mean, let me just show you that this is what you can see. Okay, so if you let's say if you have a browser, so here we have this is the example which we have right now. Let me see. So almost every video you will find in 1080p, so you can change the resolution. So right now what you see is this is the browser which is created uses using Python and PySide. And if you want to create a separate context menu like this for your browser, so that is the thing which I explained in this video, that how you can actually create that part. So that is very helpful for you to actually start up with the Python thing. This is we covered. Let's just go. What are the things that you can do is you can build video player that I already showed. You can, how you can compile a Python file to exe. So this video will help you in that. And Qt Designer is one of the very awesome application where you can simply design the application. As you can see, this is one of the fastest growing video in my channel. Here you can see that compared to others, it's 42,000 views here. So that means even the second one is 18,000. So Qt Designer, how to create a designer layout, that is interesting. So you guys can actually go and see that. Okay, so go ahead and check that. And if you don't know what is Qt Designer, is like a application which is used to create layout. So for example, if you want to create a layout, it will create like that, and then you can simply Windows, and you can run that, and this is the interface that you can create. So that is only good for creating interfaces and all. Very interesting application, one of my favorite application which I always use whenever I create tutorials or whenever I create a softwares. Okay, so here you can create there are some lot of Linux related stuff also there. That is also like Python and Linux is one of my favorite subjects. Whenever I found something new related to Python, I upload here. Whenever I found something related to Linux, especially CentOS, I upload here. I feel like this is the thing that is really worth to share. If you want to, this is for Django, one of the highest rating video. Here you can see that 34,000 views just for this video. Apart from that, that same videos are actually 5,000, 2,000, but this is 24,000 because this have very important information, which for me it took like almost 1 or 2 weeks to actually figure it out how to do that. So once I figured out that, then I immediately start my screen and recorded that. And that is actually how to host a website on WAMP Apache server. Interesting topic, very helpful. Even these days, whenever I try to do this thing anywhere, even in my office also, I used to do this. I used to follow my own tutorial, and that's why that is the beauty of YouTube, to actually give you the ability where you can follow your own tutorials. Interesting stuff. But if you want to play around with Django and all, definitely you will come to this tutorial once in a while if you are on Django part. And also I would like to share some of the free and open source stuff here. And as you know that my recent tutorials which I created here, which is related to OpenQ stuff, Unreal and Blender. So that's why Natron is also one of the subject. I really want to create some more Natron stuff, but this time I have I have to plan a lot of things for that. So I want to create this channel in a very proper, organized way. I try to organize a lot more things here, but since you know what, in a very busy schedule, it's very hard to find things in way. I also try to create some hardware reviews here. And you know what? This is the interesting thing. The day when I purchased this Logitech C922 Pro, and that day I was decided, okay, I will create some live videos. And you understand that how lazy I am. It took me 1 year to decide. Now let's just go live, and right now I'm live. So this is where C922 Pro I purchased just because of this live streaming. But and unfortunately right now this camera is actually stuck in my office. I don't even have this camera right now. So you don't need any gadgets. The moral of the story is you don't need any gadget. You all you need is the dedication. If you have a dedication, if you have will to do anything, the laptop camera is working, your laptop screen is working, and you are just chatting, and that's it. Nothing else. Uh, Okay, you can create. I mean, from basic, if you want to start, you can start with a basic calculator. How you can create a calculator. Obviously, it's not something very complicated, but it's very easy to start with you guys. How to execute external program with Python, Python. 5 reasons to use Python in VFX pipeline, and that is 4 years back I created this. How to use reference editor, how to use custom tools in Maya Python. Uh, if you are slowly begin with the threading part, then this is the thing that you have to encounter a lot, which is how to use threads. This will help you, and you can see this, it's quite growing. One of the fastest growing video, 52,000 view on this. So that is interesting. You can find some of my stories also. I this is 4 years back, and this is the last creative shot which I did. There's all fluids, fire, lighting, texturing, compositing. This is Maya. I did in Fume FX. This all fire, smoke. This is like I was testing Fume FX. I was just get the Fume FX for Maya. Previously, I used in 3ds Max. Once I receive in Maya, I say, "Oh, this is interesting. Let me just test this. How it going to perform that." So once I did some basic test, I found like it's very interesting. Why don't we just create a scene? And then I found like, okay, maybe I should start making a complete scene for that. And I found this asset long time back. It's available in somewhere. I already give the link of where I downloaded that in the end of this video. So I just get this model with the basic texture. So I start making some realistic shaders, and then I added this all FX elements. I put the camera, and after that I try change. Okay, so this is 3drender.com. Uh, yeah, I mean, you can find a lot of videos there, and that will help you. And even these videos will not help you, then you can just let me know. I'm here to help you guys. Okay, now let's just see our live stream. Try change. Uh, okay, let's maybe I can simply go to my iPad. So guys, we are almost about to done. We have in 5 minutes we are closing this stream. I'm done with my current day. So it will be like every day we will talk in around every day 7 to 8. So good time, good lockdown time to actually interact with you guys. Okay, I see that it's better from yesterday. Thank you guys. You are actually supporting me a lot. When I see more and more you guys, I feel like okay, it's like a family is growing, and it gives me some sort of positive energy to actually create more things. I mean, it give me a inspiration to learn new things, because you know what, I want to create some awesome tutorials. I want to share some awesome knowledge with you guys. To share the knowledge, that knowledge I also need to learn first, and that give me inspiration. So because I feel like okay, there are almost 18,000 guys sitting in front of you and they are asking for some solutions. So that is really interesting, guys. I really appreciate that you are doing. And Arun, Pipeliner, Irfan, Vishwanath, Prince, 3D Master, 3D VFX Master Zone. Tell me, what is the best platform for using Python? I would say there is no best platform. I would say whatever is your comfortable platform. I tried in Linux, I tried in Windows, Mac, all over place. I personally use Windows. I personally, right now, as you can see, that I'm using Windows and I always use Windows. But I am the guy who actually kind of use both multiple, because I have Windows running in my main system and I have a virtual machine always ready to go and test further in CentOS also. So that's why I parallelly maintain both. And maybe I can keep this topic like how, what is the virtual machine setup which you can use. Okay, and can you make quick video about 10? Okay. Yeah, I will try to create some best quick video about the best 10 minutes of your channel. Can you please best platform? How do you have knowledge in vast area? Okay, interesting question. I think I don't have knowledge in vast areas a lot. What I have is this is what I personally did. I mean, there is nothing which is on my channel right now which I don't work on that. That is what I used to do in my career when I was FX artist. I used to create the FX tutorials. When I did the other programming stuff, when I started programming, then I come to that part. Okay, so this is all actually comes from my practical experience, and also some of the things which is actually I'm keen to learn, so I just go explore that, and then I get that knowledge. Okay, Netron is that. Okay, good. I mean, so we are done right now, and thank you guys. Thank you very much for being with VFX Pipeline channel. Please share this VFX Pipeline channel with everyone who want to learn more stuff, and also who want to connect with me, connect with you guys also, because it's your own channel, right? Okay, so thank you very much. It's very awesome feeling to actually connect with you with a different way. From now onward, I will try to make live sessions, live recordings, even live tutorials. So I will completely avoid the recorded session and then upload. So I will just come in front of you and I will start talking, and I will also see what you guys are doing. Okay, so thank you very much. And again, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to VFX Pipeline channel and also share with your friends, and that will be a big help for me. Thank you guys.